Hello. Welcome to our latest Manchester United transfer news update. Ex-Sunderland loanee Amad Diallo set for major Man United contract decision after star turn versus Everton. The former Sunderland favourite has made quite an impact for Manchester United in recent weeks. Former Sunderland loanee Amad Diallo once again shone for Manchester United in the Red Devils' dominant display against Everton on Sunday afternoon. The Ivorian twice turned provider as Ruben Amorim's side coasted to a 4-0 win over the struggling Toffees at Old Trafford, taking his recent tally to 4 assists and 2 goals across his last 4 starts in all competitions. Since Amorim arrived in Manchester, Amad has been tasked with playing a slightly unfamiliar right wing-back role, but has impressed during the Portuguese boss' first forays into the English game. Last weekend, he was on hand to provide a quick-fire assist for Marcus Rashford in a 1-1 draw against Ipswich Town. Prior to that clash at Portman Road, he had also registered an assist against Leicester City and 2 goals in the Europa League against PAOK Thessaloniki under interim manager Ruud van Nistelrooy. Indeed, Amad's recent displays appear to have convinced his new boss that the 22-year-old must be kept at Old Trafford amid ongoing uncertainty surrounding his contract situation. As things stand, the wide man is rapidly approaching the final 6 months of his deal in Manchester, although United do retain the option to extend his agreement by an extra year if they see fit. For that to happen, a decision must be made, and the player must be informed in the coming weeks. Otherwise, Amad will be free to open talks with other clubs ahead of a pre-contractual agreement for the 2025-26 campaign. But according to the Telegraph, the early indicators would suggest that Amorim is keen on keeping Amad around, and as such, it is understood that an extension is firmly on the agenda, with the United head coach convinced that the ex-Sunderland favourite can be a valuable asset in his system. Speaking after Sunday's win over Everton, Amorim said, "He was really good again. He's in a great moment, but that moment starts with the group. So, I just take advantage of Ruud's work with Amad." Amad was really good defensively and really good attacking, and he has to continue to play like that. You could feel at the end of the game that he was really tired, so we also have to manage that as he increases the physical ability. Amad spent the 2022-23 campaign on loan with Sunderland, scoring 14 goals and assisting 4 more across 42 outings in all competitions. He was part of the side who reached the playoff semi-finals under Tony Mowbray before being beaten on aggregate by Luton Town. Manchester United could land millions in 2025 as Barcelona and Real Madrid eye £26.6 million forward. Sir Jim Ratcliffe has been looking to cut costs since arriving at Manchester United. Since Ineos became involved at Old Trafford, we have seen Sir Alex Ferguson removed from his £2 million a year ambassadorial role, many long-serving staff members dismissed as part of a redundancy program, while rumors state the Red Devils are also thinking about cutting some of the £40,000 a year payment towards the Manchester United Disabled Supporters Association. There were even protests ahead of Sunday's 4-0 Premier League win over Everton regarding the increase of match-day ticket prices. Clearly, Ratcliffe wants to create some financial wriggle room at Manchester United, potentially to ensure he can help Ruben Amorim build a competitive squad without upsetting the Premier League's profit and sustainability rules. In 2025, however, TBR Football understand Manchester United could receive millions without doing anything due to Mason Greenwood. Sources have now informed TBR Football that Barcelona and Real Madrid are closely monitoring the Marseille number 10 after his excellent start to life in France. The man from Bradford was signed by Marseille in a £26.6 million move from Manchester United in July 2024, after spending the 2023-24 campaign on loan at Getafe. Greenwood has already netted 9 goals in just 13 League One appearances this season, while also providing 2 assists, form which has alerted Atletico Madrid, as well as Barcelona and Real Madrid. TBR Football understand the Spanish trio were initially impressed by the 23-year-old's efforts at Getafe, where he scored 10 goals and assisted a further 6 in 36 appearances, and their admiration remains. There was interest last summer, although each side had different priorities to address. Barcelona, Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid will all continue to monitor Greenwood heading into 2025, a year in which Manchester United, who face Arsenal on Wednesday without Kobbie Mainoo and Lisandro Martinez, could see their sell-on clause pay off handsomely in the event of a lucrative transfer to Spain. There is yet to be a concrete, definitive figure stated in the media in regards to the value of Manchester United's sell-on clause for Greenwood. However, TBR Football understand it is worth around 50%, which could secure Ineos a small fortune and alleviate the need for Ratcliffe to undergo any further cost-cutting procedures. It could also help Amorim, who has transformed warm-ups at Manchester United, bring in some of his own players. If Greenwood maintains his impressive form, he could well be worth £50 million next summer, which, if a move materialized for that amount, would net Manchester United roughly £25 million, to provide an example of just how lucrative that clause could prove to be in the coming months. After their emphatic win over Everton at Old Trafford, Ruben Amorim and Manchester United have shot up to 9th in the Premier League table. Amorim secured his first league win as Man United boss against Everton, a game that was dominated by the home side on Sunday afternoon. Sean Dyche's side started reasonably well, creating 1 or 2 opportunities, but the enthusiasm and quality of this United side soon then took over. Real Madrid opened talks to sign Manchester United superstar. The Spanish giants have reportedly established contacts to explore the feasibility of a transfer. As the winter transfer window edges closer, the football world is abuzz with transfer rumors involving clubs, agents, and players. While preparations for January are underway, many are also planning ahead for the summer of 2025. Among the latest developments, Manchester United finds itself at the center of multiple transfer stories. One name that has surfaced in connection with a move to Old Trafford is Omar Marmoush, a player also being monitored by Liverpool. However, United are not only linked with potential signings. The club is also reportedly considering the sale of players as the transfer windows approach. A notable name attracting interest for a potential exit is Portuguese right-back Diogo Dalot. According to a report from Relevo, Real Madrid has expressed an interest in acquiring the services of the Manchester United defender. The Spanish giants have reportedly contacted Diogo Dalot's entourage to explore the feasibility of a transfer. The report further indicates that Manchester United would demand a minimum fee of €50 million for Diogo Dalot to leave Old Trafford and join Real Madrid at Santiago Bernabeu. Dalot, 25, has established himself as a reliable player for Manchester United, amassing over 175 appearances for the club. His consistent performances earned him the prestigious accolade of being voted the club's best player for the 2023-24 season by his teammates. United's head coach, Ruben Amorim, has also expressed admiration for Dalot, further highlighting the player's importance to the squad. "He is very powerful. Sometimes we have to rotate him, because he always seems fresh, but that is not the case. He is not a machine. I think he plays better on the right, and we will manage to put him there. He is a very good player. He can play on both sides, and a player like that today is perfect. I expect the same Dalot as last year. He is a team player. You can see that in the way he plays," Amorim said after a recent match. The interest from Real Madrid underscores Dalot's growing reputation in European football. As the January transfer window looms, speculation will likely intensify regarding his future. Joshua Zirkzee sends clear message to Paul Scholes after scoring Man United double. Joshua Zirkzee looked to ignite his Manchester United career on Sunday with an impressive performance against Everton and the Dutch striker may have answered one of his biggest critics. Joshua Zirkzee is starting to prove to Manchester United legend Paul Scholes that he is capable of leading the line after his brace against Everton. The 23-year-old was on the receiving end of fierce criticism from Scholes, following a 3-month run without a goal. The Dutchman's 2 clinical strikes in United's 4-0 demolition job over the Toffees on Sunday not only helped new United boss Ruben Amorim to his first Premier League victory, but also enabled Zirkzee to answer his critics. He's endured a tough start to life at Old Trafford since making a £36.5 million switch from Bologna in the summer. Following an impressive season in Serie A, he was brought to Manchester by former manager Erik ten Hag and looked to be a shrewd acquisition when scored on his Premier League debut against Fulham. However, the goals quickly dried up as the forward claimed just 1 assist in his next 11 games, which came in a 2-1 defeat to West Ham. Zirkzee's run without hitting the net had led Scholes to doubt the new signing's ability. The legendary United midfielder didn't believe ex-assistant manager Ruud van Nistelrooy, a man once famed for his scoring prowess, was even consulted over the signing of Zirkzee by Ten Hag. He didn't stop there either, as he also blasted Rasmus Højlund's pedigree. "Coaches are control freaks. They want to do everything," Scholes said in early October. "But he, Van Nistelrooy, also has to be involved in the recruitment side of it, signing a center forward. Or 2 center forwards. I am not sure he would have picked Zirkzee. I am not sure he would have picked Højlund. Look, there is probably not a plethora of center forwards out there, but you would go consult him, wouldn't you? In forward areas especially, I just don't think the quality is there. We go back to the most successful teams. They're capable of scoring goals. Now we had 3 or 4 forwards who could get you 20 goals, so you're looking at 80 goals a season there, and I just don't see that in the forward line at Manchester United." Speaking after United's 0-0 draw with Aston Villa in October, Scholes said, "Look, Højlund does all right, but is he gonna score you 20 goals? I don't think so." Zirkzee. What is he? Is he a number 9 or a number 10? Is he going to get you 20 goals? I don't think so. I think they're relying more on hope than actual proven quality, and they spent so much money as well. It's a ridiculous amount of money, and some of them can't get in the team. The 6 feet 4 inches striker scored 11 goals in 34 games for Bologna last season as they qualified for the Champions League. Following a few late dropouts, Dutch manager Ronald Koeman even called him up to his Euro 2024 squad. Despite Zirkzee appearing to stake his claim for a starting berth under Amorim on Sunday, reports in Italy suggest he is still keen on the idea of heading back there to join Juventus. Zirkzee's supposed desire to end his United stay prematurely is due to the allure of his former boss, Thiago Motta, who is now in charge of the Turin side. Motta has previously spoken about Zirkzee in the highest regards, saying, "He reminds me of the Ronaldinho I played with at Barcelona. But I cannot compare him to anyone. He is just Joshua, and he is special." According to Gazzetta dello Sport, Zirkzee has now been identified as a key target by Motta. While the Juventus manager's effusive praise over his former striker will only add fuel to the fire that the Dutch ace could be headed for a United exit, his career in England may now finally be getting off the ground.